Hello, how you feeling? How you doing? Today we're here to talk about why you're not losing weight or why you keep gaining weight as you reach perimenopause and menopause. And the advice that I want to give, which you don't have to take, okay, because I'm not an expert at menopause or perimenopause. I am not a doctor. I can only go by what I have done and the research that I have done. And what I want to tell you is you got to take a close look at your diet, not your workouts, not yoga, which that is a good one. Both of those are good things. But the first thing you need to do is take a good look at your diet. You have to pay attention to your blood glucose levels, your insulin levels, and your A1C levels, okay? You get blood work done, see what those levels are, and that can tell you a lot of what's going on, of why you can't lose weight or why you keep gaining weight as we reach or are currently in perimenopause and menopause. When the blood sugar is high, when the insulin is high, when your A1C is high, it hinders you from losing weight. Those numbers increase a lot when the hormones are not stable. How do you stabilize the hormones? Stabilize your blood sugar, stabilize your insulin, stabilize your A1C. How do you do that? Through diet. Now, I'll be talking about the keto diet. I don't want to push it on you. I'm just telling you what I have done all these years that has helped keep my blood glucose, my insulin levels, and my A1C low. Now, with that being said, even though that I've done keto all these years, I have had times where I was not on the keto diet, which I was following just a low carb diet. Do you know, after I had my hysterectomy, that low carb diet was not enough. It was no longer enough. What you got to do is start changing your mindset when it comes to the things that you used to do versus the things that you need to do now that your hormones are all over the place. Before hysterectomy, I can get away with a low carb diet. I can get away with eating, a few cheat meals during the week. I can get away with doing sauces and ketchups and barbecue sauces and all these things as condiments on my food. As you get into perimenopause and menopause, the body no longer behaves the same way as it did in our 20s and our 30s. It does not. So you have to make the necessary changes. When you start seeing changes in the body, such as weight gain, it has a lot to do with the blood glucose, the insulin, the A1C, and also your cortisol, okay? So first thing you want to do is to look at how many carbs you're eating. You don't have to do the ketogenic diet because the ketogenic diet, you have to stay about 15 grams or under. But the most carbs as women, in my opinion, don't take what I say if I sound crazy to you, okay? It's 50 grams of carbs. Up your fats. Your fats does not spike glucose. Your fats will not spike your insulin and A1C. Okay, A1C is a prolonged number of how your body has been processing sugar for like the last 2 or 3 months. But blood glucose, you can get that number down by not consuming so many carbs. Yes, it has other ways that you can lower your blood glucose, okay, along with or in addition to eating a lower carb diet. However, you got to look at the diet first. Look at your diet first. Start measuring your carbs, even if it's a piece of fruit, because sometimes all those grapes that you're eating with your meal, grapes are healthy, right? Yeah, they are. That probably worked for you before you got perimenopausal or menopausal. But all those grapes and fruits and stuff that's healthy that you're eating is now affecting you as a menopausal woman. Sad but true. The things that used to work no longer work anymore. The things that we think are healthy, just because it's healthy, it says it's healthy, doesn't mean that you should be eating it. So I was vegan once. I know how I felt as a vegan, and it wasn't very good, okay? If you thrive on the vegan diet, that's great. But when I did the vegan diet, I was always bloated, always inflamed. Things were always wrong because the fruits and vegetables start to become poison to our bodies. Not everything, but some of the things that you used to eat now become poison to the body. So if you're not losing weight or you're gaining weight in your perimenopause, first thing you need to do is look at your diet. First thing you need to do is lower your insulin, blood sugar. How do you do that? Lower the carbs, lower the sugars that you're eating. It's the only way. In addition to working out, to burn up some of that glucose. In addition to yoga and diaphragmatic breathing to help lower the cortisol. Everything works in cohesion. You need everything in order for it to work, not just one thing. Because you can up your fats and lower your carbs, but if you're not exercising and you're not maintaining your stress levels, you still gain weight. Okay? You can't just exercise and then do a bad diet and not sleep. You'll still gain weight. You got to do all three. You got to eat healthy, lower the carbs, up the fats, moderate protein, okay? Remember what I said, if you didn't look at the other video about consuming too much protein turns into sugar. And it turns into sugar more so as you are perimenopause and menopause. Trust me, I know. I'm not just telling you this because I just read it somewhere and that's it. I'm going by what I have went through and other women that I have talked to and what they are going through. You can't overeat protein. It turns into sugar. You need to have a moderate amount of protein. I don't care what they say. Studies show menopausal women need more protein. You don't need more protein if you're not utilizing it. You don't need to intake extra protein if you're not even exercising. Protein turns into sugar if you eat too much. Moderate protein, low carbs, higher fats. Fats do not spike blood sugar. I'm saying all this over and over because I want you to understand what is happening. Why are we gaining weight? Why are we not sleeping? Why are we irritable? Why are we hot? Because of perimenopause and menopause. How do we fix it? You fix it through diet. Fix your diet. Stop eating sugars. You know, my cheat meals now has turned into a big old Caesar salad with lots and lots and lots of Caesar dressing. It's so good. And I put me my desired little protein on there. And it is feeling very satiating because I have been doing this for so long that I now know that things that I want to eat, my eyes want to eat, my brain want to eat, I know now you better not put that in your body. It has consequences. You got to change your mindset. What worked for us in our 20s and 30s no longer works in our 40s and 50s. It's sad but true. If your health is important to you, your weight is important to you, if having diabetes is important to you, the foods that you used to eat, you can no longer eat them. Okay? I'm not saying cut it out for good. You are on the diet that is nourishing your body, that is balancing your hormones. I want to feel good. I don't want to feel bad as I live my life. And the only way to do that is to do it through diet, through exercise, and through yoga to help our cortisol levels, okay? You don't have to do yoga either. You just need to breathe. Do some diaphragmatic breathing. Lower your stress levels. You got people in your life stressing you out. Get them up out of there. It's the truth. We only live one life. You got somebody stressing you out that is not valuing your time. You need to let them go. Somebody acting like you irritating them in their life, let them go. It's easier said than done, I get it, but it can be done. And I promise you, you will get even healthier once you remove people and food that's toxic. Trust and please believe. So don't think that I'm yelling at you because I'm not. I am not. But I have done the research. I have put myself through these diets all these years. I pay attention to my body. I'm very in tune. I'm very in tune when it comes to women's health. I'm very in tune when women talk to me and tell me what they're going through. I'm telling you, look at your diet. Stop eating all those refined carbohydrates. Stop eating all that fruit. Stop eating all them sugar substitutes. Just stop doing it. Stop going through Starbucks. Stop eating bread. Stop eating pasta. Stop eating rice. Stop eating all that stuff. None of that stuff is going to help. It make you feel good for a moment, but that's it. You want to be healthy long term. So take a look at your diet, lower your blood glucose, lower your insulin, get your A1C down, and I promise you, you are on the road to get more level, balanced hormones. Okay? I hope this video helps, and I'll see you for the next one.